Welcome to my little space where I share the not so little things to create a life that we're undoubtedly happy to live. And in here, in this little space, I'll be sharing with you from diverse range of topics, ranging from motivation, inspiration, beauty, makeup, fashion, fitness, energy, happiness. Everything that pertains to our happiness is what I'll be sharing in this little space. That's why I call it the little space where I share the not so little things. This is the first episode, and on this first episode I'll be talking to you about let's discuss about not talking to you, but let's discuss about menstrual products. I won't necessarily be touching on the pros and cons of this is good, this is bad, but I will share my own experience about menstrual products, and I'll leave you to decide which one is best for you, or which one you want to give a try, or just leave me a message or a comment on the ones you're using, or the ones you're trying to use, or the one you've ditched. But on today's episode, I'll be talking solely about menstrual products, and the one I'm using presently, and maybe you might recommend something for me to try in the future. But as far as today is concerned, I'll be sharing with you the ones that I've tested. I'm not, endorsing any products, but these are just things that I've used, and I'm happy to share with you. You just stay tuned, and let's dive right into the products that I've used. Number one on the product list is always that's a sanitary pad. Why am I no longer using this? It's because I really do not like the kind of smell that comes after when you want to dispose of it and whatnot. Though I still keep it as pant liners, but this was the first thing. No, this is not the first thing I ever used. It was us rolling tissue paper, and that wasn't really hygienic because it gets messy. The tissue can even fall off, but thank goodness I've not had accidents like that. But this was the first thing before. Is it even tissue paper? No, it was towels, like terry towels, you chuck it on there, but it gives kind of way offensive smell. So I didn't use that for long, then graduated to tissue paper. And tissue paper, I didn't use that for long, and in all secondary school back then in Nigeria, they started advertising Always and everything, so we moved on to Always. And in 1996, I think I went to tampons. Do I really love it? Yes. But there comes the question, if you're a virgin, can you use tampons? Of course you can use tampons, and I'll be sharing with you cases where you can't use tampons, such as vaginismus, abdominal hymen, and developmental impairment. All these cases are rare conditions and could be treated, so a virgin can actually use tampons. Tampons are actually safe for virgins as well. A lot of people talk about, tearing out of the hymen or stretching of the hymen. I never witnessed any of that, so I think it's safe. And if you go on, to research about these things, it's safe for a virgin to use tampons. And that leads me to, how do you use your tampons? I should do a video on that. I'll think about it, but I've got tampons here, and this is just how it works. And so even if you're a virgin, I think it works. What you need to do is just pull it out, and let's say this is where you're inserting it. You slant it down to insert it, and that's it, gone in. So for the tampon, I think it's a safe option. So next to my newfound menstrual products, I think I've not even stopped using tampons. I still use it once in a while, and why I like tampons then was because I can go into the pool with the tampons knowing fully well that I'm safe. And compared to sanitary pads, you can't do much with that. You can't swim with a sanitary pad. You're just gonna mess up the pool. So, but with tampons, you can swim, especially if it's not yet full, because the moment you start, getting the thread wet with blood, then you can't swim with it. So you have to know. But I think it works pretty well for me, and it makes me feel free. And whenever I take it out, I don't have to bother about the smell or everything. But I have the question in my mind that, how about, is it not blocking the flow of blood? So I went to research on that, and absolutely it's fine. It doesn't block the flow of blood. So now let's move on to the other products, which are my favorite for now, and which I've used, and there's some side gist about this new product. So let's get cracking. I'll show you the next product. Okay, now on to the next product, which is INTIMINA. I love that product so much, so I went for almost all the range. And this is how it actually looks. This is the compact one that anybody can actually use, and this is how it looks. And you open it up, you insert it. You can insert it in two ways. You can either do like a V. You can create a V, then insert, or you can create like a C, fold it into a C shape, and insert it. It's pretty similar to how you insert your tampons, but the only difference is you have to be careful not to mess up with your vagina wall or bone, but you have to be extra careful when you're using the silicone cups. It doesn't insert, the way like tampons now. I've been using it since '96, so I kind of, have it, as in, I know how it works. So even if I'm sleeping, I can insert a tampon. Even, anyhow, I can insert a tampon. But with these ones, I have to be extra careful because they are new for me. And the thing about this cups is that I still wear pant liners because I'm really like, what if you start dripping, or what if, we could have accidents. So for my first few weeks, I was using it and using pant liners with it, but right now I think I'm absolutely fine. And that led me to buying the other type of it. I think the compact cup, anybody can use that, but with this one I kind of like it, the shape, the everything. And when you first get it, you have to, just like any other cup, boil it in, put it in boiling water for 5 minutes, and you're good to go. It's easy to use, but one thing you have to be careful of is when you're taking it out, you might get some spills, but that's nothing to worry about. But for me, I think it's hygienic. It's medical grade silicone that has been used for all these things, so we're pretty fine. And it's still the same with the compact one. You can do the V shape to insert, put it as a V to insert, or you roll it as a C. Then this particular Ziggy cup, you can actually use it as you would use a tampon. You can roll it so much that it looks like a tampon. So you can either do the V, the C, or roll it all through to look like a tampon, then insert it. How are you sure it's properly inserted? When it gets in, what you want to do is wriggle it left and right to be sure that it's secured right inside. And now to the last product I'll be talking about. It's the Ziggy cup. I love it because with this one you can actually be on your period and have sex. Yes, I've tried it and it works. So I don't know, some people say they use the other cups and it works like, I think it works like diaphragm, but I think please do not mistake this for a preventive whatever to have sex, or don't take it as you're having the liver to have sex and you won't get pregnant. It doesn't state that. I'm just saying it works like a diaphragm, which is, you know, when you insert it, you know, it covers. And one thing I need to tell you about this that is kind of, you know, it's not easy to insert. I find it like this took me almost 2 months to train myself to know how to insert it. But you know, because of my curiosity and because of the fact that sometimes when you're in your period, you still want to enjoy good sex. So that's why I actually trained myself to learn how to use this Ziggy cup. It looks like a diaphragm. I love it so much. So if you have any questions about all these things I'm talking about, you can, you know, privately message me and I will talk you through, you know, what I've done. You know, I can't put everything in a video. So you insert it, just not the same way as a tampon, but it goes deep down, then it clicks with your cervix. What I noticed is that first few days of menstrual period, I don't know what happens, but it wouldn't fit into my cervix. It feels like I have a lower cervix. But after 2 days, I think I insert it properly and it goes. So you have to know how you measure your cervix. There's no harm in trying all these things to see which one works best for you. I got them from INTIMINA in case you want to buy one. There's so many brands online that you could buy from. I'm not endorsing any product, like I've rightly said. I'm only sharing what I've used, what I've tested and trusted. And hopefully you enjoy today's episode about the menstrual products. So leave me a comment, let me know what we can, you know, do better. Let me know what topics you want me to discuss. I'm happy to discuss any topic in here, as long as it's going to make us happy, it's going to give us the feel-good factor, then we're up for it. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you pretty soon on my next episode. Thanks for stopping by once again. I really appreciate you for stopping by in my little space where I share the not so little things.